Welcome, y'all. This is Annie, and I am going to do another Make a List with Me video for the current Salt Mountain Melts pre-order that opens up today, November 25th at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. That's 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern, and 1 o'clock Pacific for those of you trying to figure out what time that opens. This is a pre-order, so it's not going to sell out. You have plenty of time to make your list, to go in. This is Editing Annie with a correction to that. Apparently, she may have to close early because she doesn't know if the volume is going to reach the limit that she can produce. So if you have not ordered at this point, you probably should go order and not leave it till the very end if you don't want to miss out. She does not combine shipping, so really think about what you want to get and the sizes before going in so you don't have to pay shipping twice and you can just do everything in one order. I apologize for not getting this video up sooner. I'd hoped to earlier this week, but it has just been a crazy week. Thanksgiving stuff moved around because of power outages and family coming in from out of town and just a bunch of stuff. And, that is, I guess, part of the holidays, right? I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving and is enjoying all of the discounts with Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales. This pre-order from Salt Mountain Melts, she is generously giving everyone 10% off of everything. It does not include the 10% off on shipping, but it is a discount on all of the items being purchased. So 10% off the souffles, 10% off the tubs, and 10% off the loaves. So hopefully that helps your coins go a little bit farther. This pre-order list, y'all, is phenomenal. Amanda really did do herself. And there are some scents on here that have not been offered in a really long time. And some new blends that I am very excited about. Lists like this are kind of dangerous, right? So it opens up today. It closes this evening. You got time. Once the pre-order closes, she has an 8-week turnaround. And then at the end of that 8 weeks, she will start shipping everything. Usually that takes about a week and a half for all of the packages to be out. But that should set us arriving these, sometime in the end of January, maybe right at the beginning of February. So I'm going to kind of follow the way I've done these Make a List in the past. I'm going to go over any scents that are on the list and any scents that I've never tried. Obviously, I don't know how they smell. I can just make some guesses based off of the fragrances that are listed. And then I'll talk a little bit more in depth about the scents that are returning scents, because many of the scents on this list I've actually had, and all of the ones that I've had, I have melted. Some of them I pulled out in the last week or so and been remelting or melting if I've never melted them before. And so I could give y'all a impression, my thoughts of how they performed and how they smell. Now, scent preferences are going to vary from everybody, so I might like a scent that you might not like, and the opposite could be true. I could be not as big of a fan of a scent that you really love. It's not anything personal. It's just, scent preferences are that way. And there is going to be so much subjectiveness with how scents and wax perform, depending on your warmers and home. So a scent may do really great for me that maybe didn't perform great for you. And that's just kind of the nature of wax sometimes. But I will say Salt Mountain Melts wax is one of the best performing wax for me. I've been melting her wax for 3 years, and she is one of my top vendors. I love her wax. So let's go ahead and hop into the list. The souffles are normally $7. They are 4.5 ounces. Oops, you know what? I forgot. I was going to put the sale prices. Let me be right back. All right, so with the 10% discount, the souffles are going to be $6.30 a piece. They're approximately 4.5 ounces. And then the tubs, which do come with a lid, are approximately 8 ounces. They're normally $12.40. With the discount, they'll be $11.16. And then the loaves are approximately 12 ounces. They're normally $18.60. And with the sale, they'll be $16.74. These are really great prices. If you're curious what that breaks down per ounce, normally her wax is $1.55 an ounce, and this breaks down to approximately $1.39 an ounce. So let's go ahead and go down the scent list, and I'll probably break down the list also with my tentative list. It's not going to be the final ones that I do, but kind of where I'm leaning with, do I get a loaf of something or do I get a souffle? All right. First up, this is a scent that's a returning scent. It's a very popular scent, and I have melted this in the past, and I also remelted it this week. It's Ariel's Birthday Cake, and the scent notes are mac apple, salty sea air, marshmallow cake, and cotton candy. Now, you really need to love mac apple and salty sea air to enjoy this scent. If that's not your thing, you probably won't like it. But I found this one to be an excellent performer. It lasted a really long time. The first 3 or 4 hours, the apple was a little bit stronger than the salty sea air, but I could smell both of them quite well. They're very, very strong scent oils. And usually if I get a blend from any vendor with salty sea air in it, it just overpowers about everything else in the blend. So it was nice to melt this and salty sea air be present, but not the only thing that I could smell. After about 3 or 4 hours, though, the mac apple did fade a little bit, and the salty sea air did become the dominant note. I still enjoyed it, though. I feel like the marshmallow cake, I did not get any of that at all. The cotton candy, I think, is just adding some sweetness to it. I don't really distinguish it in the blend, but it's kind of not surprising because mac apple, salty sea air are just super strong oils, as they are. So it's kind of, difficult to smell a lot else when they are going to be in competition with each other. I like this blend. I have almost a full loaf of it, so I'm tempted to not pick up any more. I'm going to go ahead and put this down in my maybe or no pile down at the bottom, simply because I do have so much of it, and it's not a huge love of mine. I enjoyed it, but I just don't think I need to really stock up on it. Next up is Bake Shop, and this is powdered donuts, waffle cone, and marshmallow fluff. I'm not a big vanilla bakery person, largely because vanilla bakeries tends to struggle in my home. We kind of have higher ceilings, and it just gets eaten up before it really can kind of disperse in the room generally. But Bake Shop is one that performs really well for me. There's actually several vanilla bakery scents from Amanda that do perform well for me, which is really nice. I get the powdered donuts, and the waffle cone oil, I believe, is a different waffle cone oil than I usually encounter. I'm not familiar with it, but overall, I kind of felt like there was a vanilla wafer scent in this blend along with the powdered donuts. It's really nice. I enjoyed it. I don't need more personally, simply because I have almost a whole loaf. No, I do have a whole loaf, and then I have almost 2 whole souffles. And because I don't reach for vanilla bakery every single week, I know that will last me a long time. But if I only had a souffle or something left of this, I would definitely pick up another loaf because I do enjoy this one. Trying to be good, y'all. I pulled out my entire Salt Mountain Welts wax collection last week in order to work on a wax collection video, which that'll be coming soon, hopefully in the next week or two. And it's kind of embarrassing and also exciting to go through it because there's just so much, and I have 5 tubs of Salt Mountain. So I am trying to be good and work on what I have, and not just restock up, even if I do really enjoy scent. All right, next up is Blackberry Sugar Bread. I'm so excited, y'all. This is the first Salt Mountain Melts blend that I melted, and I fell in love with it. I picked it up in a D-stash, and it has stayed one of my favorite scents from her. It's really high up there overall in favorite scents from anywhere, maybe just because it was an early love for me, but it is so good. It's blackberry, baked bread, and sugar. And I'm not normally a big baked bread fan in wax. Sometimes it's super yeasty, but there's something about this blend. It has great shelf life. It performs really well, and that blackberry is really special. It's very juicy. It's not perfumey or candy blackberry. And you get that sugar. It makes me think of juicy blackberries that have been popped in a bowl and you've sprinkled some white sugar so that the sugar crystals are sort of forming on the outside of the blackberries, getting a little bit of that crunchiness with the juice. And then maybe you put that on top of a loaf of like quick bread or something. It's just so good. The best blackberry I can compare it to out there in the vendor community is, I believe it's pretty similar to the blackberry that Super Tarts has, if not the same blackberry oil. It's just so good. And I'm hoping that people will try this one. It has not been offered since, I think, March of 2021. And, I am stocking up on this. I've been hoarding my last loaf. I had, I think, 3 loaves, and I melted through 2 of them super, super fast. And then the last year or 2, maybe, I'm trying to remember when I ran out of the other 2, but it's been about a year and a half since I've been able to melt this one because I just was like, I can't cut into my last loaf until I get more. So as soon as I saw it was on the list, I pulled this loaf out and I melted it, and it has been so good. Oh, I know. It sounds like I'm a lunatic because I am so excited and raving over a scent, and I'm really not trying to be someone who's overhyping something. It's just that I'm really excited, and this is such a big favorite of mine. It is not exactly like this scent from L3, but if you're wondering something that's kind of a similar to blackberry sugar bread, there's a scent from L3 called Violet's Turning Violet, and I believe that also has like blueberry and some other differences in it, and it's more yeasty to my nose, but it is a similar scent. So if you like that one, you might like this one. So thank you, Amanda, for putting this on the list. It's going under my loaf section. I don't know exactly how many I'm going to get. I'll probably try to get 3 just because I love this one so much. And I don't know when it's going to come back again, but I kind of need to look at my overall list before kind of deciding, but it's a top priority for me. Next up is Blizzard at the Boardwalk, and that is peppermint candies and boardwalk marshmallow clouds. Now, I have not actually melted this scent before or smelled it, but it is a returning one that I've seen other people melt, and they've been very positive about this one. I don't think I've ever seen anyone say that it didn't perform well for them or they didn't like the scent. And I have had a similar blend from another vendor where it was a mint and boardwalk marshmallow clouds. I don't know that they would be exactly the same because I'm not sure that this is the same mint, but I know that this is likely to be a blend that I would like because I love boardwalk marshmallow clouds and I love mint. So this is another one I am going to put underneath the loaf section. The exact amount of loaves I haven't quite decided, but I am a boardwalk marshmallow clouds fan big time. So I just think this would be beautiful with that mint in there, perfumey, that kind of sweet marshmallowy vanilla body care perfume scent with a sweet mint. I'm guessing it might be like a candy cane scent. I'm not really sure though, because again, I haven't melted it. But next up is a new blend called Bowl and Spoon. And the scent notes are Fruit Loops, strawberry pound cake, Rice Krispies, and cereal milk. I'm really excited for this one. I love a good Fruit Loops blend, and Fruit Loops and strawberry pound cake. You can't go wrong with that, right? I love Amanda's strawberry pound cake. She's got one of my favorites. And she also has a really good Fruit Loops oil. I was recently melting another Fruit Loops blend from her, actually just like a week ago, Easy Bake Oven. And I just loved that day it was going. And so This one is one of my top picks for me personally. I guess top picks is in like one of the ones I'm making sure I have on my list that are the new blends. So next up is Bread and Jam for Francis, and this is a returning scent. This is one of the very popular blends from Salt Mountain Melts, and I love the name because it is referring to a children's story. It's actually a series about this badger, a little girl named Frances, and she lives in her badger family. She has a new baby badger sibling, and this particular book, Bread and Jam for Frances, is about her discovering that just because she hasn't tasted a certain kind of food, she might actually like it if she would only give it a chance. And the book starts out with a bunch of times her making rhymes about how she doesn't like fried eggs that just lay there on her plate and stare, and um, boiled eggs that just don't go anywhere. I don't remember all the lines, but it's really cute, and she's convinced that the only thing she likes eating is bread and jam. That's all she wants in her lunches, every meal. So finally her parents are like, you know what, Frances? That's all you're going to eat? You won't eat anything else we're serving? That's all we're going to give you. Then she realizes she gets a little bit tired of bread and jam. Anyways, sorry for the backstory on that. It's a very cute story book if you have kids, and there's other books in that series that we loved in my family growing up. So this scent is baked zucchini bread, blackberry jam butter cookies, and creamy butter. And if you have ever had buttery toast and jam from Swanky, I believe that that is in this scent. The buttery toast and jam smells kind of like zucchini bread with blackberry jam. And it might not be the exact same oil, but they smell so much like this blend. I do think that this one, the Bread and Jam for Francis, also has more blackberry and that buttery cookie note and additional butter, but I do think they're fairly similar. So if you like that oil from Swinky and you're not sure if you would like this blend, you should give it a try. Honestly, this is such a popular blend for a really good reason. And I'm not a big fan of zucchini bread anymore, but I can still melt this one, and I still really love this one. I don't need a loaf because I still have like a loaf and a half, I think, of this one. But this one's just, it is scrumdiddly-dumptious. That blackberry jam butter cookies has an extra buttery note to it, and it's very just cozy with that note of fruit in there. For people who have been around Salt Mountain Melts for a while, that one's probably one of her big sellers. So if you're just wanting to order some of the top hits to see if you like Salt Mountain, that'd be a good one to try. I really don't need more. I would tentatively get some, so I'm just going to put it down here. But of the three that I have down here, it's probably the one that I would move back up first. I just got to get through and see what I want to put completely on my numbers and budget-wise. All right. Next is Country Cookies. This is a returning scent. I've never had this one before. And the scent notes are apple butter, oatmeal cookies, and vanilla icing. Now, there is another blend out there, the, what's it called? Not Just Little Debbie Cookies. Hold on a second, I gotta go look it up. It's called Not So Little Debbie, and it has oatmeal cookies and vanilla icing in there. So I think it's going to be a little bit similar to that, but with the apple butter note in there. If you've had this one, kind of let me know down below. I'm curious if the apple butter is heavily spiced or the most dominant part of it. I know that the oatmeal cookie vanilla icing part from the Not So Little Debbie is utterly delicious. That is such a wonderful blend. It's not too spicy. It does have a little bit of bakery spices like cinnamon, but you get that kind of toasty, warm baking scent of the oatmeal cookies, and it's delicious. So that with apple sounds like a winner to me. I do want to try this one. So, all right, I'm going to pop it here for now because I like oatmeal scents and I like apple scents. So We'll see. Next up is another returning scent. This is Cozy by the Campfire, and it's Comfort Zone, Palo Santo, and Campfire Marshmallow. And I saw someone else ask on Facebook what Comfort Zone scent notes were, so let me go pull that up. On Facebook, someone asked, and Amanda said that Comfort Zone, that particular oil, is top notes of bergamot, winter apple, sparkling citrus, middle notes of violet petals, warm jersey, bottom notes of mahogany, patchouli, and veil of musk. I should describe this whole scent, I believe, overall as refreshing, comforting scent, clean, fresh, and exhilarating, gives you that comfy, cozy feeling. So kind of a fresh floral with Palo Santo and Campfire Marshmallow if I just look at the notes, but I would probably just go off of what Amanda described the scent as: comforting, refreshing, and if you have had this scent before, I'm curious what your thoughts were, because I'm not familiar with Comfort Zone, that particular oil, at all, so I have no real idea what this smells like beyond her description. I like her Palo Santo. It's different than the L3 or Teddy B's Palo Santo. I think it's a little bit more smoky and a little heavier on the woodsy note. I do think it is one of the better Palo Santos out there. It's not as masculine or incense leaning as some Palo Santos out there. And so I'm intrigued by this. I think I want to try it, but I don't reach for Palo Santo blends a lot, and I have a ton of them right now, so I'm just going to put that under soufflés for me. Alright, next up is another new blend, and this is Cupcake Connoisseur. It's cupcakes at Tiffany's, vanilla butter fudge, and birthday cake. And if you're unfamiliar with cupcakes at Tiffany's, that is a blend with a yellow cake note and then this buttercream with toffee in it. Some describe it as fruity. I've never really had a fruity smelling buttercream in any cupcakes at Tiffany oils I've smelled from any vendors. Some have a note of chocolate in there, but I have also had blends where it's smelled a little bit of chocolate on cold, but once it's melted, that chocolate note in the cupcakes at Tiffany's completely disappeared. I do think that there is going to be a little bit more of the chocolate staying around, though, once it's melted, purely because of the vanilla butter fudge. If you've not tried vanilla butter fudge, it reminds me of a really creamy, rich white chocolate scent. So I do think this is going to be a delicious, rich, decadent bakery scent, but if you do not like chocolate scents at all in wax, it's probably not for you. I do like some chocolate periodically, and I love cupcakes at Tiffany's, so I'm going to put it under tubs, and it might be changed around, like I said. Next up is Fluffer Nutter Cookies, and the scent notes are peanut butter, sugar cookie, and marshmallow cream. This is a returning blend, and I have had this one before. Actually melted this last week, preparing for this video, just to kind of get an idea of how it was, because I only had a souffle. And before I talk about my thoughts on this scent, I think I should say that I do not really care for peanut butter scents in wax. I love it in food, but it just doesn't really smell authentic in any wax form that I've tried. It gets close on some oils where it smells sort of peanut butterish, but it never smells exactly like the real thing to me. So I've had some okay experiences with peanut butter scents, and then I've had some not so great experiences with peanut butter scents. I feel like this is one of the better peanut butter scents that I have melted as far as scent appeal. It smells very much like a peanut butter cookie. It's creamy. There's a little bit of a saltiness in there from that peanut butter oil, I believe. And if you like peanut butter scents, I think you would probably like this one. There's not a weird off note in there to me that some peanut butter oils have. The one thing I noticed with this one is it does better in smaller spaces for me. And I'm not sure if that's part of the vanilla bakery aspect, but I would probably stick to melting this at least into a bedroom at first to see how it does, instead of throwing it into like a big area. This one, just because I really just don't care for peanut butter that much, even though this was a good one and I enjoyed it. It's just not one that I really need, and I need to be picky with my list, so I'm not picking that one up. Next up, though, this is one that I had a souffle of, and I melted a little bit of it this week. This is Holy Night, and it is vanilla birch, blackberry, and palo santo. Oh my goodness. This is so sophisticated and beautiful a scent. I remember, I believe last year, hearing a few people talking about it in very positive ways, and I meant to get around to melting it sooner, but you know how it is. You just don't, at points, get to things you want to melt faster. And this is just lovely. It is sophisticated. There is a feminine quality to it, I think from that blackberry, and it reminds me of a woman who is elegant, sophisticated. There's this feminine allure to her and this air of mystery. The vanilla birch gives it this earthy, woodsy note in there. And the Palo Santo is not heavy-handed in here. For those of you that don't like a lot of Palo Santo, it was not the dominant part of this blend. This was lovely. I still have most of my souffle because it is also very strong, and I don't think you need to use a bunch of it in warmers, at least until you figure out how it performs in your house. But I do want to pick up some more of this because it was just very unique and a beautiful scent. I think it's named very well, Oh Holy Night. It gives you that feeling of being in the presence of something really special. I know, it sounds like I'm over talking that, but it is a really gorgeous scent. And I'm trying to be honest, y'all, with any of these descriptions of scents. Obviously, like, I haven't been raving about everything that I've tried, and not because they're bad scents, just scent preferences. And if I love a scent, I can't help but be positive about it. Next up is a returning scent that I have never had, and it is I Dream of Bread. And this has been revised. Amanda decided to go ahead and add it to the list just recently. And in the past, it had an herbal lavender to it, and she changed that to a sweet lavender. I'm not really sure which sweet lavender, if it's like a lavender marshmallow or what it is. But if you did have this in the past, it's really going to be a different blend. And then it's fresh baked bread and vanilla bean Noel. Vanilla bean Noel is that Bath and Body Works kind of vanilla body care scent. I think this sounds really interesting. I don't know if the fresh baked bread is the same baked bread that's in the blueberry sugar bread. I kind of suspect it would be. And that does have a tiny bit of yeastiness. But it's not a heavy yeastiness in my opinion. I'm interested in this. I'm not a big fan of a ton of sweet lavender scents, so I'm just going to go conservatively with this into the tub section. Next up is another new scent. It's called Laundry Day, and Amanda describes it as my favorite clean scent of freshly laundered linens, a must try, which tells me nothing about the scent other than it's a laundry scent. So I don't know what the scent notes are. I don't know if it's soapy or powdery, very detergenty, more floral leaning, more clean and fresh. If you like laundry scents, I'm very curious, those of you who order this, if this is comparable to like a laundry oil maybe you've smelled in the past, or if it's a dupe for a popular laundry scent like, Gain. I don't believe that this is Gain because there are some other blends that she has in her catalog that have the classic Gain scent. And I think she would say this smells like Gain. And those other scents, by the way, are really, really good laundry blends, in my opinion. So I don't know what this smells like other than it's a gamble if you like laundry. I don't know. There's some laundry oils I like, and there's some laundry oils that give me headaches. So it scares me a little bit. I'm a little bit curious about it though. Souffles can be my it scares me a little bit category. So that's where it's going. After filming this video, I went in the Facebook group and I did see a comment from Amanda saying that this particular laundry scent does have a soapy quality to it. But I couldn't find out anything else about it. So hopefully that helps with the decision-making process. Next up is also another new blend. It's Lumberjack Waffles, and it's cedarwood vanilla, Palo Santo, and pumpkin pecan waffles. I'm not familiar with the cedarwood vanilla note. I've had cedarwood, but I don't know if this is a particular oil. But I have had pumpkin pecan waffles and Palo Santo together, and that is a delicious combination if you like both of those oils. And Amanda has a fantastic pumpkin pecan waffles oil. If you've had the Hungry Ghost blend from her, you know how good it is. This sounds very interesting. I'm wondering if the Palo Santo is more of a prominent Palo Santo versus with the Holy Night blend where it was not dominant in the blend. This makes me think, Holy Night is kind of feminine in this quality it has, and the lumberjack waffles might be a little bit more masculine leading, even though the pumpkin pecan waffles is very gourmand bakery. These are just guesses because this is a new scent, so no one has had this scent other than Amanda. I am curious. I like cedarwood, the oils. Generally, I don't know, again, the cedarwood vanilla, what that's going to be like, but cedarwood is kind of has a warmth to it in the wood category, and I am curious, but it's going in my scary category still. I might love it, and then, I can help vote it back sometime. Next up is marshmallow cake, and this is sweet, creamy vanilla cake and gooey marshmallows. If you ordered in the recent pre-order back in September, there was a new scent called Fireside Cake, and it was marshmallow fireside and marshmallow cake, this particular blend, sweet creamy vanilla cake and gooey marshmallows. So this is a returning blend that's been offered before. I've not had this one, but if you did get the fireside marshmallow cake, then this is basically half of it. The part without the marshmallows, or this is the part without the marshmallow fireside in it. I know there's been people who have been begging for this one to come back for a while, so I'm assuming it's pretty good. I have not gotten my order yet, so I haven't smelled it, even with the fireside marshmallow, to figure out how strong the marshmallow scent in this part of it is. But if you have had it, kind of let me know down below. I'm going to try it just because I've seen so many people ask for it. Marshmallows, I like marshmallows in wax. They tend to not be a very strong note. I don't know that this one, it could prove me wrong on marshmallows though. So it might just be a really sweet, cakey vanilla scent, and I'm looking forward to trying it. Next up is a returning blend called Ophelia. The scent notes are sugared strawberry, coconut milk, vanilla orchid, tonka bean, and vanilla cake pops. And I have had this blend, and I have some in my collection. I have like a loaf and a half or so, but I'm getting more of this because this is a great scent. If you like strawberry scents, think about this one. I know there's these like floral notes, the vanilla orchid, coconut. I don't really get coconut in this, and I don't really get like a strong cake scent when I melt this. What this smells like is a really creamy, sweet strawberry milk, and not like the weird like fake strawberry that just makes you think it smells like peak dye. No, it smells like a good strawberry, and I love this scent. It's a pretty good performer for me. It's sweet and feminine. It's not a powerhouse, but it can hold up to bigger spaces, and I find this to also be a really lovely scent to melt for a nighttime blend if you kind of want to change the pace up from a lavender mint scent. So yes, I am getting more. I do think it was named very appropriately. This feels like that delicate girl of a scent who's quite romantic in her ideals. Next up is PB&J. This is a returning scent. A lot of people love this scent, and I have had this one in the past. This is fresh strawberry jam, toasted bread, crunchy peanut butter, and a drizzle of honey. Now I will tell you right off the bat, if you have had the Teddy B's peanut butter and jelly or peanut butter jam or PB&J, I think it's PB&J, it smells exactly the same. I believe that this is a single oil, and the other thing I will tell you is that there is no strawberry here. The fresh strawberry jam is a lie, folks. I'm sure that's in the scent description from the supplier, though. I don't think Amanda's trying to be deceptive, y'all. I'm not saying that. It's just, I do not smell strawberry jam in here at all. I get grape jelly, honestly. And there is a little bit of a toasty, sort of nutty quality to it, but it does not have that same peanut butter oil in it as the fluffy Nutter cookies. Um, and when I melt it, I wouldn't even really say, oh, I smell peanut butter in here. The honey is definitely present. If you don't like honey scents, it probably is not for you. The honey is a little bit floral leaning, and it is a nice scent. I just don't think there's any strawberry jam. It's a really good performer though, and it's quite unique in that whole section of peanut butter scents. I still have some of this. I don't reach for it often because, I really don't like grape jelly scents at all. So I don't need any of it. All right, just a few more. Next up is a new scent called Pink Bubbles, and this is one of the new scents that I am so excited to see. The scent notes are Baby Magic, Pink Sugar, and Mr. Bubbles. So Mr. Bubbles is a bubblegum scent. So kind of that classic pink double bubble, hubba bubba bubblegum scent. Pink Sugar, you're probably familiar with. If you're not, it is like a pink cotton candy perfume, kind of like an adult version of a cotton candy perfume. Sometimes there's little notes of raspberry and lemon in there. It's quite lovely in wax. I really enjoy Pink Sugar. And Baby Magic is that pink Johnson & Johnson scent. You know, the classic pink bottles, the lotion, the bubble bath, the tearless shampoo that are all the pink ones. At least that's my understanding of what Baby Magic is. I don't think it's the lavender version. Okay, I had to double check. Baby Magic is that pink lotion. That's what I was thinking. And then the Pink Sugar and Mr. Bubbles are kind of giving sweetness to this. And one of the reasons I'm so excited about this is I love that pink scent from Johnson & Johnson's. It's very nostalgic and kind of a comforting scent to me. And then I tried a blend that was like an Easter blend from a different vendor from Southbound, and it had bubblegum, Pink Sugar, that pink Baby Magic in there, and like a bunch of other stuff like watermelon and some other stuff. And this is not a copycat scent, but whenever I melted it, I loved the Baby Magic and the bubblegum especially combined together, and I really kind of wanted something that was more focused where those were bigger parts of the scent, and I'm hoping this is what that is. And so yeah, this is one I'm very excited about. I don't know how to describe that pink Baby Magic if you've never smelled that one. It just smells like kind of a clean baby, maybe a tiny bit powdery, but it's not like soapy or astringent. It's soft, and it's not a soap scent. Next up is a new blend called Sin City, and this is Baccarat Rouge 540, Vanilla Cupcakes, and Palo Santo. I've actually never smelled Baccarat Rouge 540, so I really don't know what this scent is going to smell like. That is a very popular perfume. A lot of people really love it. I don't know if people love it because it's a great scent or if it's because it's a really expensive perfume. I've looked at the scent notes. There's jasmine, saffron, some woodsy notes. I don't remember them completely, but it's a scent I've never felt like really trying because I don't know that I will like it. I guess I should give it a try, but I think this is going to appeal to those of you who like Baccarat Rouge 540, and it scares me just a little bit. And you know what? I might try it and absolutely love it. So I'm going to put it in my wild card, it scares me category and give it a shot. All right, 2 more scents. Another one that is new on this pre-order is called Snow on the Beach, and it's Beach Nights, Cherries on Snow, and Frosted Sugar Cookies. And Beach Nights, if you've tried her Beach Nights blends, it is one of the good Beach Night oils. It's similar to Sassy Girl Aromas and Teddy B's Beach Nights. It's a really good one. And Cherries on the Snow is a cherry oil that I haven't actually not tried. I think it's a little bit more candy leaning of a cherry, but It could be completely different because I haven't melted that. That's just kind of hearing what other people have said about cherries on snow. And then there's the cookies note in here. So it's going to be a cherry beach nights bakery scent. It sounds really good to me. Normally I like Amanda's cherry oils. I just haven't tried this one in particular, and she does a great job with cherry scents. So just because I'm a little uncertain about the cherries on snow part though, I'm going to put it under tubs, and I'm probably going to regret that. All right, last scent, sweet and salty. This is a returning scent. A lot of people really love this one. And the scent notes are soft pretzel, sugar cookies, sweet buttery dough, and vanilla frosted cake. And I will say that in the past, this has not been a scent that I particularly cared for. And I went ahead and melted a little bit of it this past week just to give it another shot because I hadn't melted it in like a year and a half. And I will say I liked it a lot better this time. I'm not sure why I didn't like it in the past. This is a pretzel scent for sure. You get that saltiness in there. It's not a yeasty pretzel. It's very rich bakery, and kind of smelling it in the room as it's melting, it kind of made me think of a salted caramel pretzel because there is this caramely sweetness in there and that distinct saltiness from the pretzel, and it was quite delicious. The salted caramel in here was very similar to Vanilla Waves from Scentsy, to my nose at least. And it had the additional bakery added in here that's not present in Vanilla Waves. But if you're someone who is missing that, this might be a good replacement. It lasted a really long time. It performed well. Um, I think that I don't probably need any more because I still have a whole loaf and most of a souffle in this one. But I'm going to think about it before ordering, and I might pick up a tub because I'm surprised myself. I did enjoy this one quite a bit. And that is the list, folks. Are you going to order this pre-order? I know I'm getting up this video quite late. I'm sorry. We've dealt with a lot of stuff this week, and it's just, videos are something I do when I have some extra time. They're not a priority for me, and so, I sometimes just don't get them done when I would like to have gotten one done. So I hope y'all can understand, and hopefully this still helps some of you that are thinking about ordering. Go ahead and get your orders in and don't wait till the very end if at all possible. I hope everyone's having a great Thanksgiving weekend though, and thank y'all for watching.